Hello everyone and welcome to Rushil Decor earnings call for Q3 financial year 24. Let me start by wishing you a happy new year. I would like to thank MSEC for arranging this call and all the participants for taking the time to join this call. With me I have Mr. Keyur Gajjar, Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Hiren Padhya, Chief Financial Officer. We shared and uploaded the investors presentation on the exchange and hope you all have gone through the same. We'll start the call with some remarks on the performance of the company for Q3, subsequent to which we'll open up the call for the questions. During the quarter, we saw a noteworthy upswing in the demand as compared to Q2. This surge was particularly evident in the heightened sales volume, which can be attributed to festivities, stable raw material prices, and better operating leverage. The post-celebration period saw an impressive influx of orders, resulting in a packed order book. Our primary strategy, objective center, and optimizing capacity utilization across all our manufacturing facilities, coupled with a concentrated effort to enhance the sales of value-added products, currently standing at the rate of 52% in value terms. Our paramount target is to elevate the proportion of value-added products to 55% in value terms by end of Q4 financial year 24. We have displayed positive performance in our eco-friendly MDF segment during the quarter and have registered the growth of 4% by value and 15% by volume. For the month of December 23, our Chikmagalur plant in Karnataka achieved its highest ever sales volume and surpassed 120% in capacity utilization. Going ahead, our goal is to elevate our average total utilization level to surpass 80%. Our manufacturing facilities have excelled in achieving efficient and scalable production. A core focus on ecological practices have been integrated into our operation, playing a pivotal role in decarbonization of our facilities and fostering a sustainable ecosystem. During the quarter, we implemented a market expansion strategy which resulted in modest reduction to our realization. We believe that this approach will help us gain a competitive edge and extend our presence across the diverse markets. Going ahead, we see the timber prices to increase marginally and anticipate a similar trend. The implementation of our farm to furniture ideology ensures a quality supply of raw material, re-establishing our commitment towards the sustainability. To drive this initiative forward, we have set an ambitious target of planting 8 million saplings by financial year 24. This initiative will also help us in mitigate the raw material fluctuation, price fluctuation, which may arise in future. The industry has witnessed a 29% year-on-year growth in exports for our MDF segment. Our strategy is to aim and allocate 15 to 20% of the total MDF capacity to meet the demand in the export market. Further, we believe MDF imports could see some curtailment due to BIS norms. As the BIS norms get implemented in February 24, we will see a shift from unorganized players to organized players, consequently reducing imports in India, implying a large opportunity for us to meet the demand for selling high-quality MDF products to our customer. In addition to these factors, we foresee robust growth from the OEM sector, further contributing to our positive outlook. While the laminate segment experienced a year-on-year volume decline of 5%, our utilization stood at the robust 80% in Q3 financial year 24. On a positive note, We achieved a sequential growth of 5% in export realization during the same quarter. We are currently witnessing a surge in export demand attributed to stabilizing pricing condition in export-oriented countries. And intimated in our last conference call, we are progressing with our greenfield capex of rupees 90 crore for the premium laminate project. The production facility will manufacture jumbo boards and cater the premium export markets like Europe, USA, Australia, New Zealand, etc. With the current achievement of 3-star export house, the company is now aiming to achieve rupees 500 crore plus and secure 4-star export house status in near future. Throughout the quarter, we have achieved a significant expansion in our market reach, onboarding 500 plus dealers and distributors from both laminate and MDF. The strategic move not only broadens our customer base but also enhances the visibility of our own renowned brands like Rushil and Veer. Simultaneously, our collaboration with the local carpenters nationwide involving workshop to educate them on the advantages of MDF and refine their skills positions us well to cater effectively to end customers. Moving ahead, we anticipate robust volume growth given by the healthy demand from the domestic and export, upcoming capacity addition, and market share gains from unorganized players. Key catalysts for the growth includes the upward trajectory of incomes, rapid urbanization, ongoing real estate development, and initiatives such as housing for all. Furthermore, the government dedicated focus on positioning India as an export hub opens up compelling opportunities for strong export growth in this segment. That is all from my side. I would like to hand over call to our CFO, Hiren Padhya, who shall take you through the financial highlights. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Rushil. I am pleased to provide you with an overview of our performance for the Q3 and 9 months of FY24. During this quarter, our company recorded revenue of rupees 213 crore, while MDF business contributed 158 crore, whereas the laminate segment contributed 49 crores. Similarly, our EBITDA for the quarter stood at 31 crore as against 27 crore in Q3 FY23. The sales volume for MDF segment stood at 65,896, which is up by almost 15% year over year. EBITDA margin for MDF segment stood at more than 16%. The sales volume for the laminate segment stood at 7.37 lakh sheets as against 7.77 lakh sheets in Q3 FY23. EBITDA margin for laminate segment stood at 11%. Our net profit for the quarter was reported at rupees 11.36 crore, which is up by 11% year over year. Coming to 9 months performance, for 9 months ended 31st December 2023, the net revenue from operations stood at 611 crore as against 624 crore last year. MDF segment contributed 454 crore and laminate segment contributed 140 crore, 140, to total revenue in 9 months FY24 compared to 462 crore and 155 crore respectively for the 9 months FY23. EBITDA for the first 9 months of the year stood at 91 crore as against 121 crore in the previous year. The net profit was at 34 crore in 9 months FY24 with a margin of 5.58%. For Q3 FY24, debt equity ratio, which is the base in the last, I think, 3 to 4 years, at 0.53. We are actively focusing on further reducing our debt equity ratio levels, ensuring a strengthened financial position. Now, the floor is open for question answer.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touch-tone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Keshav Lahoti from HDFC Securities. Please go ahead, sir.
Hi. Thank you for the opportunity. So want to get a more sense on the BIS on MDF side, which is getting implemented in next week. What sort of initial color are we seeing, and what are your expectations?
Hi. Good evening. I think we are seeing this as a very positive sign. Number one, Indian consumers will be benefited out of it. They will get better quality of panel products. And, as everyone will have to make product as per a BIS standards, so there will be a healthy competitions. And definitely there will be some, we are not sure when import will start or what will be the condition for imports. We are not very clear about it. So we see that it's going to be a good opportunity.
Okay, got it. We have seen a very spike in the ocean freight from Jan onwards. So how will it impact the MDF import, export, and laminate export?
I'm not able to hear properly. Can you speak little loudly?
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah. So ocean freights have, seen a very sharp spike from Jan start onwards. So what sort of impact will it have on our MDF export and also on laminate export?
Yeah, so currently the export market has taken this as on the positive note, and the customers who we are selling have given us a price hike because of the freight going upwards. So we don't see any kind of a hesitance in achieving the export targets as we have.
Okay. So the price hike means you are able to pass it on completely, or is it a partial one?
No, completely.
Okay, that is good to hear. On both the segments, laminates and export.
Both the segments, yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, I'll come back in queue.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Parth Bhavsar from Investec. Please go ahead, sir.
Hi, sir. So thank you for the opportunity. So in continuation with the the freight cost itself, there's a conflict going on in Red Sea. So are we facing any challenges in terms of both supply of raw material as well as on demand front?
As of now, we don't see any kind of a problem in this.
Okay. So there are no increase in raw material as well because of that, right?
No, not yet. As of now, no.
Okay. Okay. So the other thing, wanted to know that the paper that we use, which all country do we import it from?
So we import it from the countries Europe, China, Japan, and few of the other countries. But as we had an forward planning for our paper, currently we are not seeing the spike in our raw material price.
Okay. Okay. And sir, in terms of this capex that you've announced, so what sort of, if you could throw some detail, I might have missed it. So what sort of expansion is it? What would be the size we would cater to, and what is the cost as well?
I think last time, if you have seen our early call and presentation also, we have mentioned that we are targeting 2,500 crore turnover in the span of next 5 years. Now, for that purpose, there are a couple of plans. It is under consideration and discussion with management. But as of now, the plan which is already declared is the laminate project, which was earlier decided for 60 crore. But after deciding this fundraising, we had increased the size of project from 60 to 90 crore, and the capacity wise from 3.4 million, additional 2.8 million is planned. And the whole production is targeted for export mainly, where the present EBITDA margin of laminate will be increased from 8 to 9% present margin to almost, I think, 12 to 13% overall margin. And for this particular export, the EBITDA margin which we are expecting is in the range of 14 to 15%. So far as the other part is concerned, there are a couple of proposals which we are looking at it internally, but at the right time we will definitely inform to all concerned. But we have already prepared next 3 to 5 years plan to achieve this target of 2,500 crore.
Okay. So the capacity you said 3.4 plus 2.8, right? The total capacity
Yes,
will be that. Perfect. Okay, sir. Thank you so much for answering my question. Those.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Tushar R from Kamayaka Wealth Management. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you for the opportunity. And congratulations for your volume growth, sir. So just wanted to understand, the question is more of a industry specific. So if I want to know the realization per CBM, so the interior grade, if I per se, if it's 25,000, so to what extent that per CBM realization can go, sir?
See, the realization is always a combination of interior grade as well as value additions. And you know, interior grade realization is purely a price-linked subject. But we see that, you know, as and when we increase our value addition, then definitely realization will go up.
So, but any range for the highest grade MDF?
See, at present, if we talk about the plain MDF, realization is around, I would say, 20 to 22,000 rupees. And for value addition, it is around 30 to 32,000 rupees per CBM. And average comes out around 25,000 to 27,000 CBM or 28.
So like I could see historically we have achieved near about 28,000, near to 800 per CBM in I think Q2 FY23. So any idea like when can we reach to that realization? Any internal target to increase the realization for us, sir?
Yes, very soon, maybe, because you know that was a COVID time also, one reason. And second thing is now at that time, you know, contribution from Chikmagalur plant was more than the AP plant at that time. Now we are, you know, very positive about that, you know, at present AP plant value addition has reached almost 30% now. So we want to, you know, take this value addition business to 50%.
Got it, sir. So my last question.
Very soon. That's in our plan.
Yes, sir. So I could see there is a huge capacity coming, you know, in the southern part, and you know the overall the capacities of India in MDF is increasing. So are you confident in order to increase your realization, you know, in your product, and also the new companies are also entered in the MDF space? So how do you see that the competition going forward?
Number one, we can see at present this imports is around 75,000 to 100,000 CBM per quarter. Number one, we have a, you know, good opportunity to tap this market if there is a restriction on, you know, BIS, implementation of BIS standard and all. Number one. Number two, industry itself is having a compounded annual growth of 15 to 20%. So, when being in South, consumption is quite good, and this BIS implementation, the first part will be benefited, that will be the South India. Because at present, maximum import is coming to southern region as well as western region. So we are quite confident, and you can see that this quarter we reached almost 65,000 CBM cells. Compared to last quarter, it was 60,000.
Got it, sir. So I just wanted to understand, why not increase the domestic share where the realization is high, and why you are going for the export market? Just that question, sir.
So first of all, we have some duty implications that has to be fulfilled, because of which we are focusing on exports. As well as when the demand, we are very flexible with the operation point of view, but we have always dedicated our 15 to 20% capacity for exports, and this is going to be a strategy for long as well. And also now, once we have achieved those the total duty part which we have to pay off, then we'll be focusing more on selling the value-added products to other countries than normal interior grade, and achieving the big volumes in the export as well.
Fair enough, sir. Thank you for the detail.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Praveen Sahai from PL India. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you for taking my question. Sir, the first question is related to your laminate business. Especially in the laminate business, if I look at the growth numbers, and from the last 3 quarters, basically, I'm just talking on, it's quite fluctuating. So is there something to read on this? Why that's in a down and up, down? Why is it so in both your export as well as domestic?
No, if we talk about exports, it's quite consistent, like 450,000 to 470,000. So its fluctuation is hardly 5 to 7%. And we have to consider a lot of things. Like in February, we have a Chinese New Year, so a lot of Southeast countries like Singapore, Malaysia, we have some slowdown. In Christmas time, we are facing this problem in the month of October, November, because they don't want to clear it in December. They just want to get rid of inventory. And if we talk about October, November, December, so from post-Diwali, there is a domestic pressure. Now, from December second fortnight, things are normal. So I think it's more or less same. Like if we talk about our quarterly production, it's 700,000 sheets or to 750,000 sheets. And yes, in laminates we have multiple thicknesses, like 1 mm, 2 mm, 5 mm. So sometimes we have to see that combinations also, product mix.
Okay, got it. So it's more to do with the seasonality, nothing else actually.
Yeah, nothing specific. The product and growth is consistent.
Yeah. Second questions are related to the, in the MDF, and that's quite a broader question. Definitely you had mentioned about the BIS norm implementation will benefit the domestic players and to the South players. Can you give some color on the pricing scenario? Like if that BSI norm get implemented for everybody for import as well as for the domestic player, how much of the extra cost is, or you can say in terms of the realization, how much of a higher the realization to go from here onwards?
Yeah, as of now, it's very difficult to say about the increase in realizations, but we are quite optimistic about increase in realizations in coming days. Number one. Number two, Rushil Decor, we are producing all our products as per BIS standards. So we don't see any escalations in price. those people, like, those companies selling unorganized, selling non-BIS standard, their product price will increase.
Okay. So is it fair to understand that the domestic players and largely this industry is organized, or the major 5-6 players are there, they are, following the BSI norms?
Yes.
The only challenge is for the import, what the import material is coming, or some unorganized
player also.
Mm-hmm.
They are not producing BIS standard products, so they have to increase their, norms and everything.
Okay. So basically, this price or the cost inflation may impact them. Sir, and the second question is related to the timber. Definitely, you had indicated that the timber prices is increasing. So can you give some numbers on the north and the south timber pricing?
North is still the same, 6,500 to around 6,500. For south, I think Hiran Bhai will provide it.
See, for south, if you compare last 2-3 quarters, I think the normal rise in price is in the range of 4 to 6%, maybe 7% in some months. But this is the normal range. If you compare with last year, then I think the price rise is higher than this. And for coming, I think, quarters, we are not expecting something like substantial rise. It will be in the range of the same, I think, price range, maybe I think 4-5%.
No, so the range of an increase you are expecting to be in the same 4 to 5%.
Yes, exactly. That is what has been witnessed for the last 2-3 quarters.
Okay, so basically you are saying that from the current numbers, 4 to 5% of an increase in coming quarters we can see in the timber price.
What we are expecting, considering the last 2-3 quarters actual figures.
Okay. And is there any concern on the availability of the timber? Is the procurement the challenge for industry, not for especially to you?
Not as on time. I think in the month there was some cyclone effect and all this thing. At that time, yes, there was some short supply issue. Otherwise, there is no issue.
Okay. And also, if you can give some color on the import of the timbers, is that happening in the country right now, or at the same pricing, or?
A lot of people working on it.
Sorry, sir?
People working on importation of chips and logs, but as on date, we don't have.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, and all the best for future.
Thank you. And the next question is from Rahil Shah from Crown Capital. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello, sir. Good evening. First question is on, so now Q4, how is it generally for the company, for the business? So what are your expectations? If you can share any outlook in terms of revenue for this year and next year, sir. What kind of targets you see reaching in terms of growth?
If you just talk about revenue, then I think the way we are placed as of now after 3 quarters, it will be definitely better than this quarter. That is first point. And secondly, in terms of next year, as we said, next year we are coming with a new project of laminate, which will have additional turnover of around 40 to 50 crore in terms of export, which will have better margin. So in terms of laminate, there is a definite increase in terms of growth of revenue. Similarly, in terms of MDF also, as you know, we are at around 70 to 75% capacity utilization. So the capacity is already there, and we are in the process of increasing the ratio of value-added product, which has been increasing for the last couple of quarters, and we are further targeting to improve the same thing. So, margin-wise also, we would like to not only maintain the overall margin of the whole year, but we will definitely, planning for improving further in terms of margins also.
So what do you mean by improvement? So let's say if we look at the past 8 quarters, if we pick the highest quarter last year, first 2 quarters saw 23% kind of EBITDA margins. Do you think in near term we can reach those again?
You are talking about MDF specifically or overall?
No, overall for the company.
Overall, 23% EBITDA next year is not possible. That is for sure.
Okay, but at least we can maintain this overall yearly 18% and improve on it.
Yes. That is for sure.
Okay. Earlier, you also mentioned a statement where you said you're targeting in 5 years 25 crores of turnover. That's like for overall for the company, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that will move in equal phases from now and at an equal CAGR, or do you see like, let's say, so with this capacity expansion and everything, when will that reflect entirely on the jump in revenues?
So see, as I said, in terms of laminates, it is clear that next year it would be around 40-50 crore additional turnover of export. Next year, next financial year, again the capacity maybe for this new project would be around 70-80%, where the additional turnover we can expect 140-160 crore with better margin. Coming to MDF, yes, we have not decided as of now for the exact expansion for what and for which product and how, which state. So that will take some time. But see, when we are saying that we are targeting this tripling the turnover in next 5 years, we are definitely planning for the expansion. So exact details will be given to you as per the normal timelines. As and when we finally decide.
Okay, but fair to say overall for the business, the CAGR will move in phases, equal phases from here till then, your target.
One thing I can tell you, see, whenever we decide for a bigger expansion, the jump for that particular year will be higher compared to the normal year. But which financial year, I think it is too early to say as of now.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for answering and all the best.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Karan Kamdar from DR Choksey Finserv Private Limited. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello, sir. Hope I'm audible. So my first question is, what I'd like to know is how our sales channels are working out. So in the investor PPT, there's a mention of dealer meets and the carpenter meets. So what is working for us and how is that going?
Actually, we have to, move along with influencers and community. And for that, in last quarter, we carried out more than 70 contractors and dealers and carpenter meets where we, educate about our products and applications. And second part is a lot of branding activities took place. Like we almost done 60,000 square feet shop branding and all.
Okay, so where do you...
There was some TVC and other parts.
So where do you see this going forward? Because as I understand that this BIS...
This is a continuous process, and yes, it has definitely so many benefits, and we can see that. It's kind of, it helps us to generate demand, and it helps us to create confidence in our community, user community.
Okay, so next question is on the OEM market. So can you throw some light on what kind of OEM producers they are offering? Is it domestic or is it export only? And are they buying value-added products or the regular products?
Yeah, most of OEM, they are, buying both the products, value-added as well as regular products. And if we talk about ratio, it's around 30% OEM business.
30% OEM business. Understood. Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Parth Bhavsar from Investec. Please go ahead, sir.
Hi, sir. Sir, I have two questions on MDF. So if you could help us with MDF imports in Q3, that would be great.
I think it's around 100,000, 75,000 to 100,000. Because, last December I was checking from Vietnam, it was 25,000 because, there was a panic in the market, BIS norms and all. And we feel that in January it has slowed down.
Okay, so it would be like 7,500,000 to 100,000.
75,000 to 100,000.
200. Okay. And sir, when I look at our realizations, both domestic and exports, they've dropped on quarter basis by approximately 800 rupees per CBM. Now, if I look at our EBITDA per CBM, it has only dropped by 300 odd rupees approximately. So what has driven this? Like we have managed to control our fall in EBITDA per CBM. So what would be? Is it just value-added products or is it something else as well?
No, in fact, you can see that we have almost achieved 120% business from Chikmagalur plant. And,
Okay.
If we talk about Q3, altogether it's 105% from Chikmagalur plant. So we have, opened up new avenues where, we were not present before.
Okay. So operating leverage also drove it.
Yes. So now we are selling additional capacity to the new areas.
Okay. And sir, what is the export obligation left in MD? Like what is it? How much is left?
See, as of now is in the range of 20 crore rupees. So the way we are, I think, achieving export for the last couple of months and quarters, I think we are expecting that this financial year only, I think we will be able to close it. So I think post this, I think we will not have any obligation in terms of export.
Okay. And then we will, try to, ramp up value-added products through by exporting as well. Okay.
It should have further flexibility in terms of planning for export versus domestic.
Right. Perfect, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Rishikesh from Robo Capital. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for the opportunity. Our current utilization overall for MDF is 72%. How do we see this going ahead for FY25 and FY26?
We are targeting almost 80% plus.
Okay, 80% plus for next year?
85%, that's for sure.
Okay. And our value-added product volume share, which is currently 43%, how do we see that going ahead in FY25 and FY26?
So probably 24, 25, this year we are targeting almost 55 to 60%.
55 to 60 on volume terms, right?
Yeah, for 24, 25.
Okay. And on the value-added product, MDF value-added product.
I'm talking about it's a value-added product in terms of volume I'm talking about. So this will definitely increase by 4 to 5% more. So it will be around 60% value-wise.
Okay. And on the value-added product realization front, how do you see the realizations going ahead? Last year, we used to do more than 35,000 plus per CBM. And can we reach this level again?
It looks bit difficult because, that was a different COVID scenario. But now, in coming year, we are quite optimistic after implementation of BIS. So possibly we'll be able to achieve more. And then we have, not only specific, like we have a various value addition mix also.
Okay, so what could be considered as sustainable level of realization level?
Quarters. Sorry?
What would be considered as a sustainable level of realization number?
I think this level is really good. 31,000 to 33,000 per CBM is a good level.
Okay. Got it. Thank you very much.
Please.
The next question is from the line of Keshav Lahoti from HDFC Securities. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello. Thank you for the follow-up. Just want to understand one thing. You said that the laminate export realization is up by 5% sequentially. Although we haven't seen any improvement in margin, what is the reason for the same? And is it the higher realization is going to change in mix or price hike?
See, if you see last 3 quarters, I think last year the EBITDA level was in the range of 5 to 6%, which has gone to 7-8% in the last 2 quarters. Even this quarter it is in the range of 10%. Now, what I was referring was present level we will definitely maintain in terms of margin, and after having this new project operationalized, the overall margin will improve to double digit. So that particular project will have better margin in terms of 14-15%, and the present production plus the new project, both together will have a better margin in terms of 3 to 4, basis point.
So I got that point. My question is slightly different. What I'm seeing, your export realization in laminates is up by 5% Q-on-Q sequentially. So what I'm trying to understand, this 5% up is going to change in mix, or is it a better pricing? Because it might have been better pricing.
Number one, if we compare Q2 to Q1, from 10% EBITDA to 11% EBITDA, so there is a marginal increase in EBITDA by 1%. And then, in exports, we have multiple product mix. And also same in the domestic, we have multiple product mix. So, if we consider raw material cost and everything, the effect is quite justified, 1 to 2%.
Okay. Understood. The new laminates project which you are bringing, where you are seeing 1.8 billion type of a revenue in FY24, is it also the peak revenue potential for the plant?
I didn't get to last point. Sorry.
So,
Last was. Just would like to understand that question once again.
Okay. So my question is, the new laminate expansion which you are working on, so from that in FY26 you expect a revenue of 160 to 180 crore.
Okay.
Is that the peak revenue potential also of that plant?
No, I think if you have just heard, I had mentioned that this 160 crore approximate turnover in the next financial year is with the assumption of around 70% capacity. So if we further improve capacity, I think this will further improve the turnover. But 70 is the, I think, normal capacity which we are expecting in the next financial year.
Understood. Got it. And how is the company planning on the ad side? What sort of increase we should see? Like company, I think is slightly aggressive on that side.
Yeah, so we, as everyone know, that we have generated the first television from AI, and we are working on the second script as well, and which will be on air soon. And again, that will be an AI base again.
Okay. So how will the ad number look for FY24 or let's say FY25 as a percentage of sales or absolute?
Probably we are planning between 2 to 3% of total turnover, which includes ATL and BTL together.
Understood. Got it. Last question from my side. When should we heard, the new phase of expansion from company, be it on MDF or any other side?
See, we have a roadmap, and this roadmap we discuss within ourselves. We know that, okay, in this year we want to reach this level, in this year we want to reach this level. And accordingly, we will declare our capex plan. And we are just waiting for the right time. Of course, internal discussions for several business options are going on at present. At present, our priority is to start laminate business first.
Okay. But possible to give any color, like when should we expect the announcement? Maybe a quarter away, or is it a year away, like the missing pie to, reach the 5,000 crore revenue? So on what side the company is planning?
See, as I said, I think it is, too early to say as of now when exactly, but we can definitely expect something maybe next quarter.
Understood. Thank you. Thanks a lot. That's it from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Saurabh Ginodia from Smiths. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello. Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, just wanted to get some sense, as per your best estimate, what kind of cost increase these unorganized players have to bear to get their product as per the current BIS standard?
I think it will be between 3 to 5% minimum.
3 to 5%.
Because, if we take simple, like current their density is 680, in order to get proper standard, they have to go for 710. Then probably they will have to incur another 3 to 5% cost. Also, they need, some proper production method, proper raw material and everything.
Okay. And sir, as the BIS norms are getting closer, are you getting some sense from the market that are these unorganized players trying to prepare themselves for this upcoming BIS certification?
As on date, we don't have actually any news about implementation of standard, but we have not received any updates also that it has been postponed or something like that. Number one. And number two, we really don't have any clue about getting ISI BIS standard by this exporting country based in Vietnam and Thailand and Indonesia.
Okay, and the cost of procurement of this BIS license and all, will it be a significant amount or just a normal?
I think they have to set up, Indian standard laboratories, and then they have to produce and procure material as per the standards. I really doubt there will be a big cost for acquiring BIS standard. But, time process, so far we are not sure what will be it. It will be within months, within 1 year, within 2 years, and nobody knows about it.
Okay, but as per your understanding, should we see substantial decrease in the kind of imports which we are currently witnessing from February onwards as this?
If they implement BIS standard, then probably they will not be allowed to export non-BIS product to India, I believe. I think that's what I understand from the notifications.
Understood. Okay, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Gunit Singh from Counter Cyclic PMS. Please go ahead, sir.
Hi, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. Please pardon me if I'm repeating the question, but there's some confusion. So, for the laminate expansion CapEx that we're doing, what kind of revenues should we expect in FY25, and what are the peak revenues from that?
See, as I have already informed and I think mentioned in the presentation also, this financial year, that is 24-25, we are expecting around 40 to 50 crore additional turnover in terms of laminate. Next financial year, that is 25-26, we are expecting that will be at around 70% capacity utilization, where the additional turnover would be in the range of 160 to 170 crore. And peak, but we can just extrapolate the same thing. We are expecting that the peak capacity would be in the range of 80. because considering the color and I think the design part, the actual achieving 100% may not be feasible immediately. So we can just extrapolate the same figure for 80%.
Correct. Got it. And sir, since you mentioned that the steady-state realization for MDF should be between 31 to 33,000, whereas currently they are about 26,000. And you also mentioned that with exports next year, the margins in laminates would also improve. So, and also that the utilization in MDF would go up from 72% currently toward 80 to 85%. So, I mean, based on all these, what are your internal, targets for revenue and for top line, bottom line for FY25?
I just want to correct numbers. 30 to 33,000 figure is for only value added. And whatever current realization 25,000 plus is inclusive, it's a average realization.
Correct. So what would be the steady state, average realization according to you for MDF?
So average realization, we expect that we have a chance to grow another 10-15% easily when we increase our value-added business and capacity utilizations.
All right. So, sir, is there any internal number that you're looking at for top line, bottom line for FY25?
See, the laminate part I had already made it clear. And the normal, I think, increase in terms of present business would be around 10%. Additional turnover of new project would be 40 crore. And in terms of the MDF, again, we can definitely expect 15 to 20%. Except any further expansion, if at all there is, I think that is different.
All right. And sir, what kind of blended margins are we targeting for FY25?
So as I said, as of now, we are targeting 15 to 17%, which we will not only maintain, but we will try to improve on the basis of two, three things which you already mentioned in terms of capacity utilization on one side, value proportion second, and the new project of laminates having a better margin. So we will try to improve it at least.
All right, sir. So according to my understanding, we should expect, we are expecting about 15 to 20% increase in the top line for MDF and about 10% for the current laminate, along with
additional capex, additional project. That is around 45 crore additional turnover of laminates for new project.
The next question is from the line of Karan Bhatelia from Asian Markets Securities. Please go ahead, sir.
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sir, just wanted to have your gross debt numbers and what debt repayment are we planning for next 2-3 years?
Yeah, I don't know. Debt
repayment.
Gross debt, yeah.
See, as of now, as our management strategy is very clear on this side, initially we were planning for some part of debt for this new project of laminates, which was in the range of 40-45 crore. But finally we decided for fundraising and then we had avoided that additional debt. And you can see as of now, debt equity ratio is in the range of 54, 55, which we will try to further improve on one side. However, when we are saying that we are having couple of things in planning for additional, tripling the turnover, so there will be some capex and there will be some debt. On one side, we are not trying to get financing for the purpose of debt repayment because we have been making repayment on a yearly basis in the range of 45 to 55 crore on a yearly basis. So that will continue on one side. And whenever there is opportunity in terms of any new project, at that time we will plan in such a way that our debt equity ratio should not go beyond 1.
Right. And current gross debt stands at what level?
Current, no, you are just trying to ask the value in terms of debt?
Yes.
Okay. The overall value is in the range of 307 crore.
207 crores.
That includes the CC also.
Right. And of this 300 crores, what could be the foreign debt proportion?
See, you can just remove that 82 crore from that. The balance amount is the foreign currency loan, which includes on one side the euro loan and secondly the USD loan.
Right. And also, given the fact that, because of the Red Sea issue, the US and Europe routes are a bit expensive and bit congested. So can we see a slightly higher imports coming to India in next 1 or 2 months? Could that be a possibility you see?
What export you are talking about? MDF?
No. Yes, MDF.
But we are talking about BIS standards, so I'm not sure whether they'll be able to export MDF to India or not.
Right.
We need to see the clarity on policy.
So we have to wait for some time actually. Time will tell us what exactly happens.
Sure. I think we've the last question from Praveen and then we can close this call. Yeah, operator, please take the next question.
Please.
That was the last question. On behalf of Asian Market Securities, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.